Hey everybody, welcome back to One Mic, and today I'm here to talk about Season 3, Episode 3 of HBO's The White Lotus, entitled The Meaning of Dreams. So, anytime a new show or a new season of a new show premieres, I try to give it time to find its footing. I want to give it ample time to set up what it wants to do and not come out of the gate like this is bad or even this is good. Or really, maybe it just needs some time to lay the groundwork. So with that in mind, while I've expressed some displeasure with how this season of The White Lotus has started, I honestly feel like I haven't been that hard on it. I've just given my honest take and that I don't find these characters or this story interesting yet because the show has given me so little that I don't have any reason to find it interesting yet. But I've also expressed hope that this season is going to come together. I mean, to be honest, I've expressed better than hope. I've expressed certainty. Certainty that this story is going to turn around, certainty that these characters will become interesting, and a large part of me still believes that that's true. However, a much larger part of me is done waiting. I've not been too hard on this season long enough. It's time to get hard. Pause. Maybe I'm about to be a bit hyperbolic, maybe not. We'll see. But here goes. This is a shitty season of television wearing the costume of a good one. You've got lavish locations. You've got great actors. It's beautifully shot. My hat's off to all of the aesthetically pleasing aspects of this show. Yet there's been virtually no progress with either the narrative or the development of the characters. Further, I don't care to see the development because the characters fucking suck. And where is this even going at this point? How many more examples do I have to see of these character situations before we start doing something with them? But you all know me. I'm not about to sit here and shit on this show without giving examples. So let's get specific. Hey everybody, I just want to take a small break from this review to talk about the various other ways you can engage with me on other platforms. If you're so inclined, and I understand why you wouldn't, I am an acquired taste, but you can join the Patreon where you can get extra content like retro reviews, where I review old shows and movies to see if they still hold up today, Mike's Musings, where I talk about shows I'm watching that I don't cover on the channel, or Mike's VOD, where you can commission me to watch a show, which I will then review on the channel. And if you want to engage with me and chat with me more directly, I also implore you to join the Discord and follow the Facebook page. I set up channels in the Discord for all of us to discuss the shows I'm reviewing on the channel, and I also drop new videos in there since it's the easiest platform for me to share to from my phone. The Facebook can be really fun because I sort of live comment on shows I'm watching, often while under the influence, I'm not going to lie. And I'll also share news there, both about television and film and about myself as well. So if you like my content, you want to be more engaged, you think I'm charming, or you simply want to show support, feel free to sign up for the Patreon or join the Discord or Facebook today. Links to all platforms are in every video description. Remember to share all my shit to your respective social media platforms. And now back to this review. We're 3 episodes in, 3 hours. What do we know about Timothy Ratcliffe and his situation? The same thing that we knew in episode 1, that he's involved in some sort of shady financial deal. Do we know what it is? Do we know why he did it? Does his family know about it yet? No, we don't, because every fucking scene in this episode just showed us him worrying about it. Are you kidding me right now? We're 3 hours into this, and the only thing we know about Timothy is that he did something shady, and he's really fucking concerned. Okay, cool, that's it? Again, we just spent an entire episode watching a character worry. His own character fell asleep watching his arc. Where is this going? Victoria is comic relief. Saxon remains an unimaginative copy-paste character that we've seen in film and television no less than 847,000 times. Lachlan has bad posture, and Piper has been talking about visiting a Buddhist temple. She visits it and schedules an appointment for a later date. Are you fucking kidding me right now? After 3 hours, this is where we are? Lachlan is nothing more than the object of his brother's, I was going to say something way worse than affection. We're going to leave it at affection. Like I said, Victoria's comic relief. Tim's really worried about something that we still have little to no knowledge of. Saxon's a fucking joke, and I don't even know what Paige's point is yet or where this is going. She's just making appointments right now. How can anyone sit there and tell me that this is good TV? I just don't buy it. But if you're still not convinced, we can keep going. Let's go. So This season already in 3 episodes has been so bad that it's ruined Walton Goggins. Like, don't anyone dare sit there and tell me like this is Walton Goggins doing his thing. Like, bullshit. Like, he's at his best when he gets to be on 10. And when I say on 10, I don't mean like he has to be like Baby Billy on Righteous Gemstones all the time, but like just give him some room to spread his wings and lean into a character, whether that's his Fallout character or his Justified character. But this character is so dialed down and lifeless that it's taking away all of the things that make Walton Goggins great. All he's doing is moping around. Like, that's it. And there are people trying to tell me that this is like a top performance here. This is top tier. You fucking kidding me? Like, he's done nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's been talking about going to Bangkok for 2 whole episodes now. He still hasn't left yet. And we don't know shit about him or his relationship with Chelsea. We know how she feels about the relationship, but where's he at? Where'd they meet? Are they even officially a couple? What does he do besides this and that? Why did he want to come to Thailand? Why does he want to go to Bangkok? Why is he interested in Kun Sritala's husband? We can't even begin to answer any of those questions because all Rick has done so far is be pissed off. Like, come on, man. And then when we finally dip our toe into learning something about this guy, it's a bunch of pseudo-intellectual bullshit that doesn't even make sense. And I'm not talking about his character is spouting off intellectual bullshit. No, I'm talking about the writing for his character is pseudo-intellectual bullshit. Like in this episode, he's like, yeah, my father was a decent man, but I never got to know him because he was murdered and I can't get my life back. Well, you can't get your life back. What does that even mean? He was murdered before you were born, per your own words in episode 2. So why does that line read like he was killed while he was a teenager or something? Get back what? What did you lose? You never had it. But like I said, it's a shitty season masquerading as a good one. Like someone wrote that and thought, oh, that sounds good, with like no regard for whether or not it makes any fucking sense. And then you have, I'm knocking the mic around, and then you have the Cougars who, I mean, yet again, have another episode of 0.00% forward progress. Like, hey, did you guys know that women can be catty and fake? Well, if you're one of the 6 people who didn't, the White Lotus has some news for you. It's 3 fucking episodes of these women doing the same goddamn thing over and fucking over until it's beaten into our thick fucking skulls that these women are fake. So for the 9th time, I'm gonna ask, where is this going? Like, can it please at least begin to move somewhere? Can it think about moving somewhere? Like, are there any combinations of 2 people talking about the 3rd person that we haven't seen yet? Like, because if so, then we know what's going to happen in episode 4 because fucking Christ, this is going nowhere. Like, our big reveal for them this week is that Kate voted for Trump. That's it. That's it. That's all we get. Plus another example of some, behind the back shit talking. I've talked in the past about shows having little to no progress before, but this season of The White Lotus is about to take the championship belt. And further, just like I thought that line from Rick was stupid, how good is Kate's hearing in this scene? Is she Superman? Like, those 2 were speaking softly, then they shoot it from Kate's perspective that's a full 40-yard fucking field goal away, and she's still hearing it. Like, that's not even plausible that she could be that far away and hear them that clearly when they're speaking that softly. But again, a shitty season masquerading as a good one. Why have a, plausible eavesdropping exchange where you can show me another shot of a fucking monkey? Anyway, we get our 80-second interaction between Guy Talk and Mook that just shows us that more evidence of what we already know, that she's kind of friend zoning him because, that wasn't clear yet. We didn't get it after the first 81 examples. Like, the only thing interesting that's happening right now, and again, after 3 whole ass episodes, is everything that's happening with Belinda. Like, yet you have people out here pretending like this is quality right now. Like, this is entertaining and that you are engaged. Like, I can't wait to see what happens. Like, and why are you even doing that? Like, it doesn't make you like less of a cinephile to say that this season sucks so far. Conversely, it doesn't make you some sort of like elite analyst to pretend that it's good either. Like, all it's going to do is make me question your judgment. Like, do you watch a show or a film and judge it for what it is, or do you judge it for what it's supposed to be? Or even worse, do you judge it for how it makes you look if you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Like, that's why I can always stand on my opinions because they're always how I truly feel at the time, not me saying what I think I'm supposed to say. So you're never going to find me saying one thing 1 minute and then saying something different, not even the next minute. A year later, I'm going to say the same shit. I sat in the theater and watched Thor Ragnarok and I was like, this is a piece of shit. And people were commenting, I didn't think it was that bad. Oh no, I think it was good. I thought it was fine. Then a year later, people were like, man, Thor Ragnarok sucked. Well, that's not what you said when you originally watched it. That's not what you said on my Facebook status because you already went in with what you knew it was going to be. You were like, oh, another Thor. This is going to be great. Another one by, what's his name? Waititi or whatever. Another great one. You didn't let the movie be the movie. You went in there with your expectation and you walked out with it regardless of what was on the screen. Then you see somebody like me who's like, yo, actually this thing's bullshit. And you're like, and then now you want to join my opinion later when it's no longer hot shit to be controversial. So like, that's why I'm wondering here, like, are we going to be a year from this now? And then the same people who are like, this is good. Are they then going to be like, yeah, that season 3 was bullshit? That's not why you're going to see that ever happening with me. But you'll find other channels out there of people forcing themselves to say it's good so that they can look like a sophisticated film critic. Anybody who watches The Simpsons will get that reference. Anyone who doesn't is going to think I'm an idiot. They probably, like a year from now, they'd be like, yeah, season 3 wasn't great because they think that no one's going to remember that they were saying that it was great when it was on. But it's also probably because they don't even remember that they said it was good while it was on because it wasn't what they truly felt. So like, I just implore y'all, man, like, I often say that I don't say a show is good or bad. I just say whether or not I like it or not. And I'm not even going to say that this show is bad. But these first 3 episodes, no. Like, I don't see a way somebody is watching these first 3 episodes and like, yo, this shit's fire. Give me more. I can't see it. And I mean, it's still possible that they can write this ship and I'll end up enjoying this season. Like, I don't know how many episodes it is. I think they're usually 8. So that means there's 5 left. It's crazy. But after this episode, it seems very unlikely that I'm going to end up liking this season. But if that happens, you won't find me going, season 3 to White Lotus was great. No, what you'll find me doing is standing on what the fuck I'm saying right now, which is that these first 3 episodes suck, but then they turned it around. That's what I'll say. It's the same thing I said about Shogun. I didn't say that they suck, but I was like, it got off to a slow start. You saw me in my videos. I think maybe like the first 2-3 episodes, I was like, it's all right. And it got progressively better. And then that's where I landed at. And that's what I still, however long later, that's what I'm on record as saying. The first couple episodes was rocky, but then it took off. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'd rather authentically say how I feel at the time, whether I believe I'm going to be agreed with or not, than be forcing myself to pretend that these 3 shitty episodes of TV were good just so I can look like I get something that your casual viewer doesn't get. Like I'm better than them or some shit. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'd like to talk about the precious little that happened in this episode. But let's peruse my notes to see if we can quickly run down the millimeters of progress that we got this week. So Rick gets himself essentially invited to Bangkok by pretending to be a movie producer interested in casting Kun Shrutala. There's a very, and I can't stress the word very enough right here. There's a very unfunny moment where everyone just mispronounces or correctly pronounces Shrutala's name over and over. I mean, very in like bold and italics and underlined. But it pairs well with the other poor attempt at comedy in this episode when Rick gets high and releases poisonous snakes. All I could do was just watch my screen and just ask my go-to question, where is this going? But Chelsea gets herself and Rick invited onto Chloe and Greg's yacht. I'm not calling him Gary. And Rick is yet again devastated to learn that he's going to have to go on like a play date kind of deal with Greg. Yawn. Rick's story ends this week with him calling someone named Frank to give him a heads up about coming to Bangkok, a true mic drop moment for this character. But he's still got he's already committed to doing the boat tour thing with Greg and Chloe. So I bet that he still don't make it to Thailand next week. He's just gonna be going around the island of the boat like Gendry on Game of Thrones. Like, it's like Rings of Power season 1, and you can go my videos and watch it, where they were about to go somewhere at the end of an episode. Like, they had a boat, like the last shot was like a boat on a dock. They're like, all right, we're going to so-and-so place. And then a whole entire episode takes place after that. And then that episode ends with them on the boat, like, all right, time to go to this place. And you can find that me talking about those episodes in my Rings of Power video playlist, because I'm certain of it that's the last time I recorded a video on that show. And like, that's how this feels, man. It's like both Rick and Kunsritala have been about to go to Bangkok all season, and it just doesn't seem like they'll be leaving in the next episode either. Like, I don't even think it was this episode. It might have been the last one. There was a part where I thought she was actively leaving the resort. Like, I was like, she had luggage. Like, there was people with her. And then in this episode, she's still there. Like, when Rick approaches him at the table, I'm like, I thought she was about to go. But anyway, moving on to the Cougars. Lori gets a hands-free massage from Valentine. We learned that Kate voted for Trump, and Kate overhears Lori and Jacqueline talking shit about her, and that's it. That's literally fucking it. And it's the same thing as last week, and it's the same thing as the week before that. Absolutely fucking nothing. Moving on. Tim Ratliff, he struggles to ignore his phone as his family's starting to question if something's going on with him. Now they, his office is having trouble getting in touch with him. They try to reach out to Saxon as well. And so in order to avoid Saxon finding out what's going on, Timothy agrees that they should all hand over their phones and all of their electronics devices to Pam. If you remember, Pam is their wellness whatever that we barely see or hear named anymore. But this is, of course, now makes it so that he can no longer stay in the loop as well. So of course, now he's worried. He's worried, and he's constantly worrying. And he started taking Victoria's lorazepam while pretending that he's not, even though she's willingly offering it to him. So I don't know why he's hiding it. It's his ego, I guess. He wants to still be seen a certain way. And it's the same thing with the financial situation. He can't let his family in because they see him a certain way, and he doesn't want to change how he's viewed. He probably doesn't want to change how Victoria views him, even though, again, it's her medication and she's offering it to him. But whatever, man. Saxon pushes up on Chloe, and he's seemingly successful. He gets his family invited on the yacht too, along with Rick and Chelsea. And he also gets Chloe a very stern look from Greg when she smiles at him. And that's it for them. So this steaming locomotive of progress, it ends with Timothy lying about needing Victoria's pills. Where is this going? It's going nowhere. I can't even say it's going nowhere fast. It's going nowhere slow as fuck. Anyway, finally, Belinda tells Pornchai the entire story of season 1. She's like, yeah, I bet her she was gonna help me start my old massage resort or whatever, and then she bailed because she tells the whole story. And while she's telling the story, she, I think in the process, realizes that the guy that she had seen in the last episode that she thought looked familiar, I think she pieced it together like, okay, that's the guy that Tanya was dating. That's the guy she ditched before, Greg. So she goes to his table to confront him. Easily the most interesting part of the episode, but then again, very low bar. And he denies being who he is, even though she says his name, she says Tanya's name. She's like, I work at the White Lotus in Maui. Like, everything to give evidence that she should have every reason to believe that she knows who he is. And he's still like Shaggy, like it wasn't me. Couple that with her son's impending arrival and Pornchai having a crush on her. And Belinda seems to be the only person with anything even semi-interesting going on this season. And that's that. That's it. Like, to be perfectly honest, you guys, like, I can't do this for 10 episodes. I don't want to. 8 episodes either. Like, I'm gonna run out of ways to insult this shit if it doesn't get better. And I don't want to spend another 5 videos taking the time that it takes to draft notes, to record, to edit, to post. Take the time it takes to do all that stuff just to like dump on the episode for 15 minutes. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't have the patience for it anymore. I want to spend my time on this channel talking about shows that are doing amazing things like Severance, talking about shows that are really putting their best foot forward, doing something different, shows that deserve a level of analysis that I feel like I can bring to the table and that I feel like I can bring well. I'm not wasting my time with this shit anymore. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't care how prestige people think this is because it's got, because it looks really nice and shit and they got a great cast. I don't care how prestige you think it is. This season has been shit. Period. Like, there's no way around that. Nothing has happened. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's good just so I can look like some sort of elitist fucking film critic. So if this thing doesn't pick up real fast, I probably won't be finishing coverage because what is there to even talk about? I've been recording for 20 minutes and like I've talked about what actually happened in the episode for probably about 45 seconds. So I know that was a lot. This may be the last time I even do one of these videos. It's going to depend heavily on what happens in episode 4. If episode 4 is just like these first 3, I'm out. Like, I won't even do a video. I'll probably post on Facebook or something and be like, I'm done. I'm not doing any more videos. So if episode 4 gives something that's worth talking about, I'll be here next week. But we'll see. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about this season in the comments. If you think I'm a fucking moron for feeling that it's not great, even though I gave proof, please feel free to tell me in the comments. I might embarrass you if you're not nice about it. But let me know what you think. I may or may not be here next week. And if so, until we get there, peace.